Welcome to Reread, where I'm rereading through the expanded universe in chronological order. Folks, we are talking about Star Wars Obsession, the 5-part series, supposedly bringing an end to the Ventress storyline. It was not, of course, you find that in the last page, but it's pretty good. This takes place after the events, or shortly after the events, of Star Wars Republic 71. Because in that one, I told you that Anakin wrapped metal pipes or something around Ventress and then dropped her from a building, like essentially killing her. Of course, she didn't die. Anakin is convinced she's dead. Obi-Wan is not. He is on the search for Ventress because her body was never found, right? But Anakin's like, she's dead. I know she's dead. You're chasing after Ghost. Obi-Wan has a lead. He goes to get Anakin, who's on Naboo with Amidala. He's like, Obi-Wan, how'd you know I was here? He went, Anakin, anyone that knows you knows you're here. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Does that mean everyone knows about him and Padme? I mean, it's obvious the Emperor knows about him and Padme, but as far as I know, the Emperor and Obi-Wan are the only ones that would know he'd be on Naboo. Either way, Obi-Wan could have just been saying that sarcastically because he knows something's up. He's just wanting Anakin, his good friend, to say something. Of course, Anakin is not going to say anything. Anakin agrees to go with Obi-Wan, even though he doesn't believe that Ventress is still alive. The trail soon leads them to see Dirge again. Dirge comes back. Dirge is awesome. He's an awesome villain, awesome bounty hunter. He and Anakin have a knockdown, drag-out fight where he basically destroys Dirge's armor. You get to see his ugly little face, like the Predator face. He can't really talk anymore because his voice vocabulary was in there too. So now he's just screaming, grunting, going after Anakin in rage. And Anakin does something I still think is super cool. I remember this very well. Uses the Force to push him into an escape pod, hits the escape pod, and shoots him right into a sun. That's how you kill someone who keeps regenerating. Just push him in the sun. And, you know, Obi-Wan's like, you didn't kill him, did you? He said, yeah, I kind of shot him in the sun. He's like, we need to question him. But then they look at his records, and they see his last place he visited was Boz City, so they go to Boz City as their next clue. And there's some big fortress there. And, of course, General Grievous is there, who's doing battle on the ground, but Obi-Wan sneaks into the fortress, and there he finds, it's Ventress. She's in a Bacta tank. She's recovering from her injuries, and she recovers very quickly because she exits the Bacta tank basically in the next issue and starts battling Obi-Wan. And Anakin, who still doesn't believe that Ventress is alive, when Obi-Wan gets force pushed out of one of the windows of the fortress and kind of rolls and falls, drops to the ground. You know, Anakin still chides him, still looking for that ghost of Ventress. And then Ventress comes and he's like, I killed you the first time. I will kill you again. I was like, well, a little bit more shock there, Anakin, that you were wrong. You just were making fun of Obi-Wan as Ventress comes. So they fight once again. Anakin, it looks like, kills her. Well, first off, Dooku and Grievous are getting away. And Dooku goes, Ventress is way too far away to make it to the escape pod, but really, she has no further use to Count Dooku, so he orders the men to fire upon her. You know, because they're just going to leave her for dead. So she gets betrayed by Dooku, which is kind of why she doesn't trust him anymore, because now she's been betrayed by him too many times, she says, and, you know, this is it. She's done. But, of course, Anakin's there. She fights Anakin. Anakin slices her, and it looks like she dies. You think she dies. And at the last chapter, of course, she's back alive. She went into a Sith healing trance, like the Jedi do, so that's not too far-fetched. And she commandeers the ship, kind of, you know, does a mind wipe, or, you know, kind of convinces them to, you know, a Sith Force mind trick, I guess, to steer the ship into another direction, so where she can heal up and, you know, assess what she's going to do next. This series is excellent, non-stop action. Like I said, Dirge, Grievous is awesome in it, Dooku's in it, Ventress is good in it. The artwork, again, amazing and fantastic. So I really do love Obsession, though I am going to mention one other thing here that they have. There is a free comic book day from 2005 that picks up after this story, right after this story. Because as Dooku and Grievous get away, Obi-Wan and Anakin, as they load Ventress up, they go to cut off Dooku at the pass because they think they know where he's going. And so what Free Comic Book Day is, this is kind of wild that it takes place right after the events of Obsession, where they go to the fortress, but it turns out to be a trap. There's a bunch of Separatist droids there they got to fight through. And of course, they don't find Dooku there. But when I was reading this in chronological order, I forgot that was what Free Comic Book Day was about, and that was kind of bold. Were they thinking that everyone was going to read Obsession, but was Free Comic Book Day? That's always a teaser to get you interested in reading the other books. Where they're saying, hey, we just came out with Obsession, go check it out. A series that had already come out, like for the past 5 months. I don't know. Either way, it's kind of interesting to see that. But yeah, Free Comic Book Day 2005, it's a good story too. It's basically just an extra chapter. It shouldn't have been part 6 of Obsession. It would have ended on a boring note. But for Free Comic Book Day, yeah, it was really worth the story. Anyway, folks, all right, that's it for now. See you next time.